I want to talk to you about marketing newsletters that you need to subscribe to right now if you are trying to improve your marketing. If you're really trying to beef up your content marketing or all kinds of marketing that you have. Okay, so here are the top newsletters I want you to really pay attention to. First, the one that I love a lot is Contentious, and Contentious is actually great for learning how to make your mark as a content marketer. So if you're really focused on improving as a content marketer, Contentious is going to give you, it's going to feed you a lot of good info all the time. Okay, so Contentious, besides having a cool name, which I love by the way, it's a quickly digestible monthly newsletter by Lauren Lang. Okay, Lauren Lang is a renowned content marketer, very talented, very hardworking. I love it a lot. I love her work a lot as well. And Consensuals actually focuses on helping content marketers show the value of their work both to their teams but also personally. So that value, the value added here is twofold. Okay, and so that's really fantastic. And so content marketing is actually very front and center with Contentious. And what I love about Lauren Lang is that she's able to really articulate topics that are complex in very easy way. Okay, and that's really a big value because content marketers, as you know, are very busy. Okay, and so Lauren and her team do a good job at dissecting the most important topics. Okay, so this is really fantastic. So that's the first newsletter. The second one is Tom's Marketing Ideas. Also, this is a great newsletter I want you to really subscribe to right now if you're really serious about beefing up your content marketing game. And this newsletter is best for quick win marketing tactics with a short time to value. So every week, Tom Orback sends a new marketing tip to the subscribers. And what you quickly notice when you read an issue of his newsletter is that every idea is something you can sit down and actually do right away. Okay. So this is kind of cool. And Tom covers a wide swath of marketing territory in marketing ideas. You can scroll through a past post and you will see, like dumb career hacks, for instance, a 3 second hook trick and trips, actually on tips on picking the perfect color for your next promotion. So really fantastic. So that really tells you how diverse and talented Tom's guidance really can be. Another marketing newsletter you need to subscribe to right now is a Growth Unhinged. And what I love about Kyle Poyer's Growth Unhinged, that's the newsletter, is that this newsletter is best for getting real life growth tactics from the smartest startups. So if you are looking for a deep dive into the go-to-market strategies of the fastest growing startups, Growth Unhinged, okay, should be in your inbox every single time. And Kyle Puyer himself is a great guy, very talented, very smart. And every issue of Growth Unhinged features a massive missive written by a different marketing or growth leader, and they cover topics like GTM automation, product-led growth failures, and winner over a skeptical company board. Okay, so this is kind of cool. So having a different guest writer for each issue means readers get new perspectives and hard-won knowledge from real-world experience. Okay, Kyle says that he's along for the same ride, so this is kind of cool. And I've personally read several issues of Growth Unhinged, and it's incredible how informative every single piece really is. Fantastic. Next, you have Tinkering with Ideas, another wonderful marketing newsletter you need to subscribe to right now. So, Tinkering with Ideas. And so, this newsletter is great for learning how to automate and improve your workflows this year. And at the helm of this newsletter is a fantastic lady. Her name is Anna Burgess Yang, and she's a content marketer who's becoming known for her expertise in creating and automating marketing workflows. So if that sounds a little techy, Anna's Tinkering with Ideas newsletter will bring it back down to earth, okay? In simple terms, by the way, not trying to complicate things, okay? And so Anna actually shares a lot of tips and tricks online, like apps she uses, things she has read, or something that makes her smile, okay? And so the cool thing is that even Anna's method for curating new ideas is a lesson in operational efficiency, okay? Especially when it comes to scaling things down the road. Another marketing newsletter you need to subscribe to right now is the Lunch Break. And the lunch break is actually great for building your personal brand on LinkedIn. So the lunch break actually focuses on one social media, LinkedIn, okay? And Maria Marchuka, that's her name. That's the person who actually leads the whole effort there. Maria does a great job when it comes to LinkedIn marketing. So she has a niche marketing focus. So she actually grows she ghost writes LinkedIn content for CEOs, and in her newsletter, The Lunch Break, Maria leverages that experience to help her readers, shine on LinkedIn and beyond. So the goal with the lunch break, and that's what Maria said, is to make building your personal brand less stressful. So in every issue, Maria is said to expect LinkedIn tips, advice, and post prompts, easy to understand lessons to improve your writing, and tips on how to start, build, and enjoy the email newsletter writing process. Okay, so that's really fantastic. And the cool thing is that she avoids the standard fare of brand building tropes. Okay, so every time you scroll, you are bombarded with a new best practice or quote unquote a hack that guarantees results. Okay, so it can be overwhelming and frustrating. So instead of saying post consistently on LinkedIn, she will give you actual LinkedIn post prompts and examples to help you write your own content. You also have Creative Strategies. That's another newsletter I recommend to you this year. And so this is best for building better paid ad creatives. Okay. So creating ads that convert is a disciplinary pursuit. You need to know the visual, psychological, and copywriting principles that motivate buyer action. And Charlotte Sargent explores all of those nuances in the creative strategy newsletter. Fantastic. Okay. Now, the newsletter was born of Charlotte's search for repeatable processes. Okay. And she actually works behind the scenes with agencies, brands, freelancers, and ad accounts every week, which fuels new ideas for the newsletter. So this is really fantastic. So I love Charlotte's philosophy on creativity. Okay, she says creativity is a skill, not a gift. So once media buyers have the right systems, their creativity takes off big time. And I agree with her. Another marketing newsletter you need to subscribe to right now is by popular demand. And so this is actually best for adding a little marketing sparkle to your inbox, especially if you are looking for that creativity I was talking about earlier. Okay. And what I love about by popular demand from Brian Fleming is that she basically is bringing fun. She's talking about marketing fun. Okay. And what I love about this newsletter also is that it's very consistent. Okay, it's packed with throwback references, hot cultural topics, and reading recs, all tethered to marketing insights. It's very educational, but it doesn't feel like learning. So that's really fantastic. Love it. You also have a Tether Signal, another wonderful newsletter, and this is actually best for understanding consumer psychology. So if you really love understanding those things, this is the newsletter for you. And the person at the helm, sorry about that. The person at the helm here is Sarah Levingers. Okay, and so the content Sarah shares makes good on the promise of giving you consumer psychology, actually feeding you consumer psychology on a silver plate. I mean, so to speak. So every issue digs into a real world example of how a brand successfully and sometimes surprisingly used the psychology to establish a foothold in its customers' consciousness. Okay, so this is important. And Sarah says that her goal is to bridge that gap by sharing real research based insights that brings, let's see, understanding to the whole process that helps brands cut costs, boost sale, and build deeper connections with their audiences. So that's really fantastic. Another other newsletters I want to share with you. You have a MKT1, okay, and the cool thing about this is that this is the byproduct of Emily Kramer, and Emily Kramer is the mastermind behind both the MKT1 newsletter and the Dear Marketers podcast. Okay, so you can see that she has various skills here. And this newsletter is a monthly discussion of a broad spectrum of B2B marketing topics like AI workflows, choosing the right marketing channels, and also account driven GTM strategies. Okay. There's also a job board and a library of marketing templates on the MKT1 website. So that really tells you a lot about what I love about this newsletter is that it really talks a lot about artificial intelligence and AI is going to be front and center when it comes to marketing and content marketing. To be more specific, so this the fact that this newsletter is touching up on that topic is really good. And so basically, what you will see on MKT1 newsletter is actually a long form, sort of a long form type of content, because this is published on a monthly basis. So they have time to actually do some solid work, solid production. Another newsletter I want you to really pay attention to this year and to subscribe to, hopefully, is Why We Buy. So, Why We Buy is another fantastic newsletter for us marketing psychology nerds. And in it, Kathleen Borgwin addresses the psychological phenomenon that guides our buying decisions, okay? And she builds her case either through the lens of a real world brand example or starting from the definition of a particular psychological principle. So that's kind of cool from a scalability point of view, okay? And so Kathleen's explanation of effort justification is a good place to start. Not only is it representative of her typical structure, what this is, how to apply it, how to make it work for you, but it's also a good example of her, let's say, her staccato writing style. So if you like quick, skimmable paragraphs, you will enjoy reading Why We Buy in the first place. Fantastic piece. Another marketing newsletter that you need to subscribe to right now is actually a Command Plus Create. And Command Plus Create was one of the first newsletters recommended to me when I started asking around, and my team, by the way. So after reading the content that the writer, saying publishes, I see why. Because when you think about Command and Create, you have what? You have a cozy, comfortable place to learn about the soft and hard skills required to be a great freelance content marketer. And I love the fact that some businesses, consider their brand more precious than it should be, and how this could scare away customers. And Command Plus Create really contextualizes everything for you, explaining to you that you shouldn't really take things too seriously. By the way, if you are a brand or you are a marketer, you have to really have the right balance of quote unquote seriousness versus non-seriousness, and that's really important. That's important. Next, you have contentment. Contentment is actually a wonderful. It's actually a weekly newsletter. Okay, and Tracy Wallace does a great job when it comes to instilling like a layer of creativity into her piece. And Tracy Wallace actually is currently a director of content strategy at Clavio. Okay, so what she does is that she really shares with her readers how she goes about, let's say, optimizing her writing, optimizing her marketing. Okay, and so what I love about Tracy is that she has a no nonsense, very smart, you know, set of ruminations from a truly expert content marketer. She knows what she's talking about. Okay, now, the thing also is that Tracy also varies varies the kind of topics she touches on every single week. So that gives you intellectual, what I call intellectual autonomy, to really focus on what you want to really focus on at any given time in your marketing journey. So that's really fantastic. So what's the decision here? I just shared with you the top 12 marketing newsletters you need to subscribe to right now to really increase your marketing game, if you will. Okay. So the question is, which is the best marketing newsletter? Honestly, if you think about it, this is a tricky question because the best marketing newsletter is the one you actually read. I mean, simply subscribing to a marketing newsletter doesn't mean that you're going to read it. Sometimes we are so busy and our priorities are changing all the time as content marketers or just as marketers in general that we don't have time to read some pieces that we actually subscribe to. So, I mean, I personally, I get a lot of newsletters in my inbox, okay, but I only read a few regularly. So I tend to gravitate towards those with quick lessons and quippy writing. You might prefer long form takedowns with tons of data and charts. That's great too. It really depends on what works for you, okay, or what works for your team. The point is that there are so many great learning options out there. So I don't want you to stress yourself out trying to stay on top of everyone. Okay, we all learn differently. We all have a different journey. We all have a different marketing strategy to actually implement. So you want to lean into your style and have fun. Okay, you want to really understand that it's you are the one who is learning here. You are the one who's going to benefit from reading the newsletter. Okay, and by the way, don't be afraid to connect with the authors on LinkedIn. You might find them to be genuinely great people who want to help other marketers succeed. And speaking of LinkedIn, they have a lot of great groups. Okay, groups on LinkedIn. So if you are interested, let me know in the comment section. I will certainly send you a list of the links of the top LinkedIn marketers group that you might want to join right now. And again, the good thing is that it doesn't matter where you live at, okay? It doesn't matter the city or state, or even if you live overseas, that's fine too. I mean, you can live in any country you want, and you can join any LinkedIn group any LinkedIn marketing group that you think can help you ace your marketing game this year. So that's really fantastic. So, in conclusion, to this conversation, I share with you the top 12 marketing newsletters that you need to subscribe to right now. I gave you those top newsletters, but also other newsletters. And finally, the decision as to which is the best marketing newsletter. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.